Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Woofless here, and welcome back to another episode of Crazier Craft on the Crazier Craft server. Hope you guys are having a great day. We are dipping into this awesome episode to get some good work done. Guys, did it duplicate? Did it not? If you have not watched the last episode, that was the big question, and it duplicated our transdimensional, or whatever they're called, transceivers. They duplicated, and they are awesome. So I'm actually going to go ahead and probably set these up at most of the houses that I have on my map, and just so I can send and receive items to them without having to teleport or send them cool stuff. It's going to be sweet. Honestly, I'm really excited for that. I've also done a little bit of building and gotten some stuff done. I cleaned up my pump here, which I no longer needed, and got a little bit of work done for you guys, which is always very exciting. Now, I do need to figure out how in the world these things work. It's going to be a little complicated, and then we're going to do some other fun stuff, like what the fuck? If they work like things I've used in previous mod packs, and I think we should be able to figure it out. But either way, hit that like button down below for more Crazier Craft fun. I appreciate you guys' support, and let's go ahead and start working on some crazy good old stuff here. And honestly, this is like the last little bit to kind of like the electronic stuff. I've gotten some people are like, oh my god, it's the best. Some people are like, you know, do some crazy stuff, guys. After this episode, I think we're gonna dip into something really cool and different. So leave a comment down below. What would you guys like me to do? Should I do some building around the house? Should I work on my upper floors and move away from the kind of electric, you know, RF sort of stuff, and maybe work on some magical things up here, maybe work on getting some really cool armor, maybe getting the Big Bertha? Guys, let me know, comments down below, and I'm going to be making sure to read up on that and get that all rocking and rolling. But this was all for this episode. All the work we've done in the last couple of days, if you guys have been following along on the journey, is for this episode. So if you're watching this episode, make sure you go check those out. But essentially, the long and the short of it is, to get a good amount of power, I wanted to get an unlimited source of fuel. Now, I've gotten a lot of comments about RF and stuff, and people have been saying that a really good thing is actually the Stirling generator here. I think it just works better, but I believe it's around the same amount as the Buildcraft. So I think we're just gonna go with the combustion engine for now anyways. So it works well, it's good stuff. Like, we're gonna go ahead and do, because here's power proper, we upgrade to increase speed and enjoy. Ooh, auto crafter. We also need one of those. So there's a ton of really cool things we can do, but either way, we needed to get a whole bunch of RF, and to do that, we needed an unlimited source of fuel. To get an unlimited source of fuel, we needed to get the transdimensional transceiver. Transdimensional sounds so much cool. Dimensional transceiver, and to do that, we had to get all these things going. So that's all been a part of the adventure. So we're gonna go ahead and get working on this, try and figure it out. The first thing I need to do is, I believe, make a channel. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna hit Woofless oil, and then we'll make it a private channel, and we'll hit add channel. So there we go. Now it's set. We can now connect other one of these bad boys to this actual channel. Then we need to actually make some different pipes to move the liquid from here into the refinery. So let's get to that. So we need these things called the Ender Fluid Conduit, but because we've just been slaying it recently, we've got all we need. It's super easy to make. Boom, boom, we got this. We got these bad boys. Oh yes, we got 8 Ender Fluid Conduits. Probably should make some more of them, but no worries. We'll take care of that later. So now we just connect, this to our refinery. I actually can probably just move this in by one, right? Like no big deal. Boom, just like that. And as you can see, we need to just work with our Yetta wrench to set this to input and this to output, and this should send the fuel out. So it should receive fuel and then send it outwards, I believe. It's going to be interesting. So this actually we can do to, oh, there we go. We want this to push. There we go. Awesome. So it's going to push out the liquid into the refinery, and we will have an unlimited source of oil for this refinery to actually work on. Now, we'll probably want to get other refineries, probably have 3 working at one time. No big deal. We will build those later, no problem. So we're going to get that done for sure. So up next, it's going ahead and finding a oil geyser, setting up our dimensional transceiver there, and start moving some oil over. You know, before we actually head out, I wanted to test something, because we might as well work in the confines of our house and figure out how this thing truly works, how this dimensional transceiver works. So I have so many of them now that they're duplicated. So what we're gonna do is we're actually going to make one and put it, let's say, I mean, it doesn't really matter where we put it, but we could just put it here. Whoa, nice. Oh man, okay. Wow, there is so much to figure out here. Okay, the max output is at 50, which is great. So that's actually going to be filling up this transdimensional receiver. And I can go ahead and say woof's house power and make that a private channel, and there we go. And we want to send this to send. And what we're going to do is we're going to put another one. This is all just, I mean, I actually have no idea. I've done no research on these. But like I said, I've have used things in the past with mod packs. So you guys are doing this all with me for the first time, technically, with this dimensional transceiver. Let's place one of them down here. Let's actually get this nice and centered. And we're going to right click this bad boy. And we're going to join Woof's house power line. And then say receive. So this should receive power. Then we're going to go and grab our ender conduits, and this should actually power the refinery. It doesn't. But that's okay, because we still have some things to do to figure out here. We're going to send this to push. So I think it needs to be filled with RF before actually working. That's interesting. Okay, let's see what happens when this totally fills up. All right, we're just about there. 250,000 RF on the local buffer. Now it's a send and receive buffer. So I think this is what we actually care about. I think that's what's needed to actually make this thing work. Now we need to actually push out, like send. IO, RF. Oh, okay, we're actually filling up with RF now. It's working. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's really exciting. We're now losing 500 RF per tick though. We don't have any fuel to actually make any more. So we gotta be a little bit careful here. I'm actually gonna knock this back down to 50 just because I don't wanna suck up too much here. And let's see if this is actually transporting RF over to the refinery. It's working. Oh my goodness, that's so freaking cool. Okay, this actually already has 250,000. So it has these buffers where it holds actual RF. It actually counts as its own RF storage unit as well, which is so freaking awesome. Oh my goodness. All right, now the question is, I think this is liquid. This is power. So I think we actually want to delete this channel. And I think that this is gonna be the actual item moving. I don't know what these are though, what the actual difference is. There's no real explanation for it, so we'll figure it out. If it doesn't work, that's what's going to be, you know, the big kind of deciding factor of if it works or not. So we're actually gonna head over to some of our oil here. We have a whole bunch of oil bits here, and we'll probably set up one at all three of them, but let's go ahead and get that working. We're just gonna get a pump there and get it rocking and rolling. Actually, probably should set this up right now though. This is an insane oil one. This is, guys, this is massive. Probably the biggest out there. I totally forgot about this bad boy, but it is ridiculous. I actually remember entering into this. We're gonna get so much oil from this bad boy. So what you wanna do is you wanna actually go ahead and just build right next to the top here. And then we're gonna go ahead and put a pump placed right there. And you see the little thing should come out. I think we need to give it some power first. To give it power, obviously, you guessed it, we're gonna go ahead and place one of these dimensional transceivers. Actually, probably work both ways. This is actually gonna be ridiculously cool. Let's check this out and see how this works. We're gonna do an ender fluid conduit from this to this. We're gonna set this to extract only, and this is going to insert only. And then we're also going to do the ender energy conduit, and that's gonna, oops, got rid of some oil there, that's no good. That's actually gonna link up onto, that's what I love about the Ender IO, man. Look at this, links up directly. We can go ahead and right click the power, I think hit those tabs, oh my goodness, that's gonna be insert. And if you go here, that's gonna be extract. We're gonna set this to the power channel. So it's receiving power and actually gaining RF, which should give our pump RF if all things work out. This obviously needs to fill up though, so it's gonna take quite a while. We actually might have to give some extra power to those generators. I don't know, I have 5 million RF, actually should be enough, right? Let me go ahead and head back to the house though, and just up the amount of power we can actually pump into these bad boys. All right, up to 1,000 RF per tick, and this thing is moving now. We should be getting our power. So literally any oh my goodness, why am I like literally dimensional transceiver that we want to power, we just put them on that power line. Just goes to show you how important it is to have a good source of RF to make these things work. Either way, the pump is now receiving power, and it should be pumping up this geyser. Hopefully it's not ridiculously not as much oil as I thought there was. There definitely is, right? Please tell me. Oh my goodness, look at all this oil. Right, this is the one that we thought. That's insane, guys. We have so much oil to go through here, and this is actually gonna work, and it should be filling up the oil. I think we're gonna have to figure this out now. So let's get working and try and set this to work. We're gonna say oil line. Oh, it worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. Look how much fuel we already have. I'm so excited. I am literally so excited. Okay, so I was trying to get this thing to work, and it's going. I just played around with a couple things. I don't know which one is which. I think that's fluid. I think that's items. I love how that's spelled oil-in. Oil-in. But either way, it's going, and we've got a metric poop ton of this stuff. So now what we're gonna do is we're literally just gonna go ahead, and I think I could do above. Above might be pretty cool. Just trying to think of how I want this to work. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and just put it right here, just because we're gonna probably have more refineries working at one time. I don't think one is actually gonna be enough, so we'll have another one. It's a good question, man. It's a good question. Probably just make it right here, in which case we'll do this bad boy, and we'll have to do a couple more other settings to make this work, and we shall have infinite fuel to work to power all of our lovely stuff. Just one point, I think what fixed it was this redstone mode. You want to go ahead and just say always active. That gave me a lot of problems in other times I've used this pack. So just, you know, to let you guys know, hit that always active bit, unless you want it to only activate with a redstone signal. But I don't know, if that's your thing, then that's your thing, you know what I mean? Either way, we should now be sending. We have to do a couple more things, just configure, send this to receive, and we should be good to go. So that's receiving this fuel, and we're gonna send it over to our machines on the in the back room. I was like, why isn't this working? It's because it's not set to send anywhere. All right, so you're sending oil on the oil line, and you are going to receive the fuel. Oh, I should probably make a new line though, because this is the fuel, right? That would be kind of really silly. Wow. Hopefully I don't just mess everything up right there. Let's go ahead and take you off. We're going to do, this is now fuel, add. Make it private, of course. Fuel, lock it, add channel. Now we want to send the fuel, and we want to receive the fuel over here and be good to go. Let's see here. Take this off, receive fuel. Please work, please. Did I just get that to work? Did I just get... Oh, okay. I got it. All right, so these things are a little weird. I had this side of the configure set to receive, but you actually want to, you actually want to have it the reverse, so you wanted it to send. That's weird. That's weird, because it's... I thought it was receiving the fuel. No, it's sending the fuel. So it takes it and sends it immediately, so I put it to send, and then it worked. So that's a little bit of a weird thing. So it's essentially what you want it to do is what you want. So I should really make this just send. I'll make it both because it's not that big of a deal, because the pipe anyways is set to this. Also, I figured out that's fuel, not the item chest, so that makes sense as well. So I've gotten rid of this bit. So we use that. Anyways, there is our infinite amount of fuel. Literally GG. We freaking won the internet. But not really the internet, just kind of like infinite power, which is kind of awesome. So this is gonna be filling up again, and we're gonna have that to 50 just to let this fill up here. Get that plus RF. It's super easy now for me to add more of these combustion engines, considering I have all the fuel and water I want. I went ahead and set this all up on just the fluid conduits, and it works brilliantly. The cool thing about the ender fluid conduit is it could move multiple different liquids along the same pipeline, which is OP. Yeah. We were all thinking the same thing, which is amazing. So we now have all this stuff working. I do want to get more of them. I'm thinking of possibly upgrading this to like maybe 6 of them, which would be kind of great. Maybe throw them on some redstone blocks below, or I don't know how to power all of them at the same time. I mean, it's a really unfortunate thing about these gosh darn combustion engines, man. You got to have a lever that's set to on. There's got to be a better way to do it. So either way, these guys are pumping out fuel and getting things going. It seems like at a really good rate, and we are getting plus 70 RF per tick. They are a little slow right now. 60 RF per tick for both of these guys. I don't know why they're not upgrading, but we should definitely get some more of these going. I mean, as long as they're consistently running, then I'm pretty happy, to be honest. But we'll make more of those later. But for now, I think we are done with this. Let's just go back to our oil and make sure that's working all good. I don't think it would have already consumed. Yeah, it's got plenty of oil to still go through. plenty, so we should be good to go. That's really exciting. Now it's a question of, oh my flippin' god, what do we do with these dimensional transceivers? Because like I've mentioned before, we can literally move stuff across dimensions. The nether, the ant dimensions, probably. I mean, anything. So I think I need to make a little ant farm so we can do that. But either way, oh yeah, we got so much oil. Oh, baby. This is insane. I could get more refineries going, so I might try and get more refineries and more combustion engines going just off camera real quick. And like 70 RF per tick is a little slow, to be honest. It's like, ugh, come on, bro, come on. So we should definitely get more of those going, and yeah, I will see you guys in a second. I do not have enough RF to support this stuff, guys. One refinery is barely working right now. This one's filling up in energy, and this one as well, but this one is just keeping alive. I need to get more combustion engines working, like, ASAP, at least one more. I mean, at least. So we really need to upgrade this setup here. Maybe definitely two more. So let's get some combustion engines built. I mean, this needs to happen now. If I doubled my output, I still think we would be behind in RF production. But let's see if I have some lying around, and a combustion engine right here. Let's immediately get this guy going. Immediately. So we're going to go ahead and place him like this and get this guy going, because it is bad news bears right now. We cannot keep up with the intensity that is required of us. So we're gonna go here, we're gonna go into inserts. This should go ahead and fill it with water immediately, and fuel should start pouring in, and this should start producing power once we get a lever going for it, and see where that takes us. I'm gonna make a couple more though. All right, guys, I have these combustion engines working. I do need to get more fuel, I think. The pump in the one spot is, oh, that's enough oil. Refineries, come on, boys. Come on, boys. Oh,
the swarm, outnumbered and alone.
All right. Easy. Okay. So I think I actually need to provide more RF, but now that I have the fully system in all operations, I can up this to like 1,000. Boo! Never mind. 200. Let's do 200. Is that going to be good? Are we still going to be above here? Okay, we can do 260. 260, because if we're still gaining 100 RF per tick, we want to always be gaining, for now at least. I mean, I could technically go to like 350, so it'll slowly upgrade, and I can always add more combustion engines. It's super easy to do now to get these guys going. The fuel is working in there, and they should all be good to go. He getting a little hot. Okay. All right. All off. Hold on. We have a little bit of an issue. I think that this pump is working so hard. I don't think this redstone engine is not satisfactory for providing engine for this pump. So we got to go ahead and upgrade that real quick, because wow, those combustion engines were about to blow. That would have been really bad. All right, we are good to go. We have filled up this dimensional transceiver. We've got the buffer full. We have a send and receive buffer now, so this pump should be working to full capacity. We can turn all these bad boys back on and be all happy. I was like, start to freak out for a second. So yes, I don't know, redstone engine, dude, what? Get out of here, bro. We don't need you no more. So we have our beautiful circular system. We get the water. We make the power gets pushed into here. The power gets then pushed into here, which gets pushed to our oil refineries, which makes us more fuel. The more fuel gets pushed back here to make more power, etc. The more fuel we get, the more power combustion engines we can make, which means the more power and the more oil refineries we can go ahead and get. It's a glorious circle. I'm not gonna lie. It's a circle of life, man. It's a circle of life. So we can now up this to a little bit higher. Let's take a look at our numbers here. And we got some good, oh, there we go, plus 10 RF per tick. So this will slowly start upgrading, as well as get a good amount pushed out as well. So we will be good to go to get this all going. Oh man, it feels good to be a gangster. Now, I mean, the big question is, how do we abuse this? What can we do to abuse this? And I think that's going to be something I think about. In the meantime, I would like to go ahead and set up probably a little bit of a cute something at everyone's house. just this up with a normal item transportation, so crystal chest, and we'll go ahead and just be able to send presents to people. It'll be nice and cute, and we can just do it at any time. And people will have a public and open network, so people have, you know, something to share, whatever, they can just throw it into that chest, and you can open it up and see if you get something cool. Let's go ahead and get that set up. So I think I have a couple people's houses. We're gonna go ahead and just jump to all of them and set them all up with the transceiver. It should be freaking awesome. Either way, this is looking good. I will also need to set up probably some more oil in the next little bit. We have 3 more in the vicinity, so we can go ahead and do that real easy. It's pretty easy to do, and let's go ahead and set these up at people's houses. All right, so we're at Kenny's house right up in this area. Let's go ahead and place that crystal chest down, set this bad boy up, and get it working on a cute little pulley system here. We're going to insert. We're going to have this on extract, always active, and set this bad boy up on our available power. So we will, oh man, this is gonna suck power out. Oh my goodness, I'm just realizing now. I'm gonna have to take this slow. We'll only be able to do it at a couple people's houses. In fact, I think I might leave it for now. And when I have enough power built up, I'll go ahead and fill up all the buffers. That's gonna take a lot. So maybe just hold off on that for a second. Let me go ahead and set everyone else's first. Like, just set them all up, and then we'll go ahead and fill them up with power. But let's make a new channel. All right, the send and receive buffer is about to fill. Now we got to figure out how to make this thing work. This is actually going to be pretty complicated. And this is really important. Trying to figure out how to move items across is a little bit different than the fluid and the electricity. Especially back and forth. So how do we get this granite into Kenny's place? That is a question that I'm not entirely sure how to answer. I have both of these conduit connectors working in a push and receive, but for some reason, what if I maybe just do like this? If I just break these, go back to Kenny's place. Oh, it worked! Yes! Yes! Okay, so all we need to do is send and receive as well. And that's just gonna push it right back though, in an infinite loop. All right, so I fixed the problem. Wasn't too tough. We have 2 chests now. One for sending items away, and one for receiving items. A little bit of a prototype. Probably could use a little bit of work to make it look better, but that seems to be like the best setup. So if we go ahead, put one up here, all we need to do is just set our configure IO. This would be to send, and this would be to receive. And we should be good to go. Now, where is that? Oh, I think I actually messed them up a little bit. Let's just teleport to Kenny's house. See. All right. So, oh, right. It's over here and it's stuck. So that's how it's going to work. It's pretty awesome. We need to just make little signs saying this is where you send items and this is where you receive items. Let me just double check here. So send is going to be on the top and then receive is going to be on your side. Let me make sure I'm doing the same at my place. Send on top, receive. All right, cool. That's honestly amazing. Let's just make some signs and get that ready to rock and roll. All right, I just sent 2 yellow cobblestone. I've set up 2 places for it to go now. Kenny's and Brandon's place. I'm not sure where it's going to go. Looks like it actually only went to Brandon's place, Kenny's place. That's interesting. Oh, of course, I didn't even set anything up for Brandon's. Oh my goodness, I am a complete and total noob. So let me set this thing up here for the show and tell on receive and also for send and see what happens next time when I put something in there. Who knows? I honestly have absolutely no idea. We'll see what happens when I send a couple crystal chests over to some spots, maybe some cooked maca meat, and maybe a cobblestone as well. I honestly have no idea where this is going to go. Let's check Brandon's place first. And nothing. And if we go to Kenny's place, this is actually going to need a pretty decent amount of work and testing, and I don't really know how to get it to work. Everyone might need their own separate line to send things to, or maybe you don't know who's going to receive it. That's actually kind of cool. It'd be like a Secret Santa. If I send a redstone engine, is it going to go to my place, or is it going to go to Brandon's place? Is Brandon's place fully set up? I think it went to Brandon's place. Let's go find out. This is, I mean, it's an adventure, that's for sure. And Brandon received it. This is like a train of goodies that's going to be sent to everyone. That's so flippin' exciting. All right, let's go ahead and set this up at a couple of other people's houses. We'll set one up at Lachlan's as well. And show and tell, man. This is freaking sweet. All right, so we have one set up at Brandon, Kenny, Lachlan, and Vic's for now. I still have more resources and stuff that can be working, but let's see how this works. Some sort of like show and tell goodie, adventure. You throw something in, you might receive something. Who knows? You don't know who it's from. You don't know where it's from. You don't know who you're gonna send to. Unless I always send to Kenny, and Kenny always sends to Brandon, Brandon always sends to Lachlan, Lachlan always sends to Fix. But we'll try and figure out a way to kind of mix and match that and have fun with it. But wow, this was a ton of work, but rewarding nonetheless. Really flipping cool stuff. Lots of fun. We have our refinery working. We have everything going. Let's make sure that we are producing our F. Look at that. Minus 70 though. These things not working currently. Okay, water pumping in nice and good here. Fuel going well. Why is this not filling up with fuel though? That's the question. Because we're losing a lot of RF right now. I actually have to bring this down to about 100, which may or may not. Well, we can do 180 for now. Go to straight 0. Should be fine. What's happening with these bad boys? What's going on? What's going on with this? Show me the way. Are we not producing enough fuel? I mean, we definitely are. These are actually full, in fact. Oh, that hasn't even been. Oh, extract again. Gosh darn it. Always active. Always active. Again, the plague. The plague of the always active, guys. Man, I warned you guys at the beginning of this episode. Should have warned myself again. Now we got it going. All right, so we're now making 180. We can go back up to 350. All is good in the hood. Now we need to brainstorm together as a group. Guys, what can I possibly abuse? What can I bring in from other dimensions? The end dimensions, the end dimension. What possibilities are there? Like, I mean, it's endless, guys. What do you think we should use these transceivers for? Let me know in the comments down below. What would you like to see in the next episode? I will see you guys later for another one. Take care and goodbye.